no, I don't struggle with my hair anymore. I've really gotten to a place where I can really embrace my hair. That's pretty big. It didn't it didn't used to be like this. For a very long time, I struggled with walking out of my front door. I'm not kidding in my talk when I say I was terrified when I first went natural with my hair. I was literally terrified. And every day after that, I really had to continue to summon the courage. And I would say that that courage grew with every interaction that was authentic. It's like for the first time, I was stepping forward in a way of my real authenticity. This is my real authentic self. I wasn't hiding behind anything anymore. You know, I wasn't, I was like, here I am. This is who I am. This is how I look. I'm not dressed and trying to put on to impress people or to be palatable or to be accepted anymore. I really wanted to experience my life in a way that felt more in alignment with my wholeness, right? My authenticity. And so every moment of being with my friends and family or meeting new people and having those interactions, especially with new people who never knew me before. They didn't have any image of what I was before. It was like a moment that I had to recognize that, oh, they're getting to meet me, right? And they don't know the version of who I was or how I looked before this moment, right? And that was really profound and beautiful because there's a way in which people who show me love, who accept and embrace me just as I am, it's like a feeling like I can really trust that. I can really trust that this time. Like there's no denying that this person cares about me or this person genuinely wants to get to know me. And any person out there who is wearing extensions or dyeing their hair or doing things with their hair, because they understand that 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 function of societal acceptance, right? Anybody who's living in their life right now who is wearing, you know, certain masks, masking themselves in certain ways, or putting on in certain ways, you can understand when you don't have to wear that mask anymore, when you don't have to put on anymore, when you actually can just like excel, right? and allow yourself to show up as you are. You know the power behind that. And you know the power and the feeling of deep connection when you can be who you are, and the exchange that you have with another person as you are is pretty monumental. So every single time I have those moments, it removes the idea of struggle, you know, and I get to embrace more and more that I get to just be who I am. And so I don't struggle with my hair anymore. I really love it now. I really love my hair. And that is night and day from where it was. Matter of fact, I love my hair so much that, I mean, I could right now is like I have, you know, I put some product in my hair, so I have, you know, like as soon as I wet my hair and I really brush it out and I get my little coils and I put the product in my hair and it holds this way because this is my natural texture. It literally is just I get these tiny little curls. But if I don't put any product in my hair, it's really fluffy. It looks really kind of poofy. And I'll go out with poofy hair. I don't care anymore. That's how much I love myself and how much I love my hair, that I am willing to just be who I am, you know? And then when I get done with my errands or whatever and I have time to put the product in my hair and get my little tiny coils going on. But that's how much it is not a struggle anymore. I can literally roll out of bed, go out. I don't even worry about my hair anymore because I know. It's like I know now truly my worth, my value, my beauty, and I don't need it validated anymore. So yeah, it's a completely different way to show up. It was really interesting. I was asleep and I woke up in the middle of the night and I had these words in my head. The most revolutionary act one can take is to love that which they find unlovable. And I needed to write it down quick. I just knew because it was such a profound message. And that message is transcendent in so many ways. It it literally, you can apply it in so many ways to anything. The parts of ourselves that we find unlovable, the aspects of our society that we find unlovable, the ways we might see the people around us as unlovable, the aspects that we reject or disown in the people around us or in ourselves. In so many ways, we are living in this world that is conditioned, conditions us to carry judgments about so many things: gender, race, sexual orientation, belief systems, political ideology, so many different things that we can find judgment around and see as unlovable. And when you really recognize the act of looking at something that you've held judgment against, to explore that judgment and see where it comes from, and to discover where that conditioning started, where that belief came from. Because those judgments are not your own. They don't come from you. We each were conditioned to carry the judgments we have, whether that was our parents growing up, the authority figures in our lives, through the media, television, movies, magazines, the news. There's so many ways that, and so many platforms that have created these judgments that we carry. And if we can really get to the heart of looking at our own judgments, if we could really look and see, what are the things that I find unlovable? What are the things that I don't like, that I have a real disliking towards, right? And to do that deep diving look first in yourself. If you really do that for yourself, really looking to see, what are the parts of me that I'm holding judgment against? Where did those judgments come from? Are they mine? And you'll find out time and time again that those judgments are not you. And when you get to the root of where they come from, it's really surprising. And it's also the most freeing moment, because then you recognize, oh, that judgment doesn't have to be mine. Oh, that's not me. And you get an opportunity to change that around. Create a new belief, create a new thought, and recognize that you get to choose. You get to choose value. You get to choose love. You get to choose to see what's good rather than what's wrong. And you get to create beauty. You get to harness strength and find resilience and empowerment. And when you do that for yourself, what's really amazing is how you begin to see the world around you with completely new eyes. And that alone is revolutionary, because when we can love ourselves more, when we can remove our judgments, when we can be self-introspective and really look to discover like greater value and meaning in our lives, right? We then discover all of those things for one another. I can't tell you how much more compassionate of a person I became when I recognized the critic and the judge that I was carrying inside of myself. I couldn't judge someone for putting themselves out there, or I just would see people coming up against their fear or doing these really bold things, and rather than me judging them or criticizing them, I just held them in awe or beauty. You know, I really wanted to celebrate people's authenticity because I recognized the power in celebrating my own. And when we can do that for ourselves, my goodness, that changes the world. So yeah, so my talk opens up with me sharing the challenges of having to constantly hide my own hair in order to be palatable, or in order to be accepted, to fit into, the dominant society. It's really about the process of assimilation, the ways that we strip ourselves away from our own authenticity. Um, because what we all crave is love and belonging. And when people, hold back love and belonging from us, it it's pretty devastating. And so it's what the human condition will do, what humanity will do, to continue just to have that love and belonging with other people. The ways we'll deny ourselves our truth, our authenticity, the ways we'll mask ourselves or change ourselves to fit in so we don't lose that love and belonging. And it's such a detriment, not only to ourselves, I mean, it's so destructive, but it's a detriment really to our society, because the ways that we really get to understand beauty, the way in which we really get to learn what it means to really love something unconditionally, and how we discover the good, right? Or the beauty or the creative nature of another person is through the contrast, through the differences that are there. Like, contrast is important. It's a teacher. It's a teacher of curiosity. It's a teacher of unconditional love, and it's a teacher of celebrating real freedom. I think it's really interesting. We live in America, the land of the free. And in so many ways, we work against that in the ways that we ask so many people to assimilate into the American ideal, and the ways that we ourselves live up to that American ideal is detrimental and harmful and destructive. And it really hinders our ability to grow and to really create freedom, to really create a land that holds true to freedom. Our freedom is conditional here in many ways. And yeah, we're extremely blessed to have a lot of privileges that we have, but we also have the most potential. And that's what I love the most about the opportunity we have here, is that we have the most potential. We have the most potential to really like lead the way of what it looks like to have true celebration of multiculturalism, of of the contrast that exists in all these different ways, of being able to create a land that is truly free for all people, regardless of their race, sex, sexual orientation, gender, belief systems, that we truly do live up to that. Yeah, I had some pretty funny stories about my wig flying off of my head. And, that was just a few of many. I have many stories. I can tell you of going to a friend's birthday party, like her son's birthday party, and they rented a bouncy house. And the kids were like, "Come on, Sarah, come jump with us." And I did have this moment where I was like, is my hair on tight enough? And I thought, yeah, because I put some pins in it, so I was like, it's probably good. I didn't know that bouncy house is really bouncy. Those bouncy houses are bouncy. And it just took like a couple bounces, and I flipped right over, and my hair flew off my head. And of course the kids were screaming, and I was so embarrassed. Oh my gosh. And then quickly scrambling for my hair and then trying to put it on my head. And of course everybody was a witness of my hair flying off my head inside the bouncy house. It's horrible. But it's a hilarious story today. And I can laugh about it too, because yeah, I'm free from that. It's, that's not my reality anymore. So many moments. There was going to the water park at a rec center, and they're like, "Come down the slide, Sarah. Let's get on the slide." And I was thinking, my hair. But they were so pushy about it, and I really wanted to go on the slide. And so I thought I would chance it, because again, I had really pinned my hair. Like, I thought it was good, that it was clipped in tight. So I thought. I go down the slide. I hit that pool of water at the bottom with full force, and that force just literally takes my hair and all the pins in it. It literally comes off of my head, and it's just floating. It's floating in the water as I stand there in horror, and everyone is looking at me and my hair floating in the water. I mean, I could go on with stories, but they're humorous moments. It's like God laughs. These are the moments where God laughs. These are the moments where we, while horrifying, we need to learn how to laugh at ourselves, because they help to uncover just the ridiculousness, like the ridiculousness of wearing something that you don't have to, or carrying something you don't have to, wearing a mask you don't have to wear. You get to be who you are, and who you are is perfect. Who you are is whole. Who you are is beautiful, is wonderful. And if you're not feeling that way, or if you're feeling like who you are isn't, then it's what it's calling you to is to actually do the loving work of nourishing and nurturing yourself, to discover what it is to possess love, and to possess beauty, and to be able to reflect that back to yourself and to other people, because it's right there. You just have to you just have to show up and be willing to be open, be vulnerable, and discover it for yourself. It was a fun project, and I'm really excited about that message being out in the world, and whoever connects with it, and hoping that I get to continue to share more messages of love, of empowerment, of strength, of inspiration, motivation, authenticity, freedom. Yeah, I'm really excited about that. That I just get to keep putting more messages like it out there.